Hey, what's up, guys? Brandon Thompson here. Pretty much, I'm gonna talk to you guys about presenting. First things first, in this business, people don't care about what you know until they know that you care. So you have to show people the reason why you're gonna to join this business with me. The reason why you're gonna do this opportunity is because I will not let you fail. I will do whatever it takes to help you succeed. Because if you succeed, I succeed. If you show people that, it doesn't care what matter what the opportunity is, they're more likely to join with you than they are with someone else. So you have to show people you are willing to do as a leader. A leader is someone who serves, first of all. Okay, a leader is just a really good servant. In order to become a leader, you have to be willing to serve your team, do things that other people aren't willing to do. All right, so when it comes to the presentation, now you have everyone's attention. You know, there's key things that you have to do in your presentation, and number one is knowing what you're talking about. You know, my first 2 days in Vima, I didn't recruit anyone, I didn't contact anyone, I didn't send out Facebook messages, nothing. My first 2 days, what I did for 48 hours, I didn't sleep, I educated myself. I was able to speak perfectly and present perfectly after my first 2 days because I was a fast learner. You know, I was a fast learner, and that's what you have to be. You literally have to be a sponge in your first week of Vima. If anything, just educate yourself. You know, read Think and Grow Rich, read all the books, but on top of that, be able to present, because the worst thing is you trying to present and you don't know what you're talking about, and someone calls you out, and then it's sort of like a I don't know. So what we like to do is we follow a formula. What you guys are going to do is want to follow this formula. You can switch it up any which way you want. We're all different people, so we're all going to present differently. But the key thing you want to focus on is what we like to do is, one, we create the problem, create the solution, credibility, facts, and then urgency. Now, number one is create the problem. You're thinking, what is that? Well, you're on a time restriction, guys. You brought all these people to the meeting. Now it's time to get their attention. They're all probably going to be texting, half-assedly listening to you, and you pretty much have to let them know why they're here. You know, get their attention, get their respect. I mean, they're really going to be thinking, well, why am I here? You have my attention. People's attention span don't really last too long. If they just see you yapping and you're not really capturing anyone's attention, they're not going to listen to you. So literally the first minute to 5 minutes into your speech, you have to have people's attention. So that's why I like to throw my create the problem first. So what I mean by create the problem is we relate to people instantly. One, the economy sucks. Two, 99% of our parents are still working for a week-to-week paycheck. And three, people don't know how to make money. I see a lot of you guys out here. You guys look similar to myself. You know, I thought this was a pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme. I wanted no part of it. My core motivation was the same as your core motivation, is to find out whatever makes this a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme. In doing my research, I found that 3% of the population owns 97% of the wealth. What does that mean? 97% of us don't know how to make money. All right. Now, our teachers and professors, think about it. They don't know how to make money. They're teaching you from a textbook, which they had to research and learn the information probably the day before from a lesson plan. You know, if I was to look around this room and say, raise your hand if you want to become a multi-millionaire one day, everyone in this room would have their hands raised. Why? Not because of being rich, not because of the money, but the opportunity, the things you can do, the people you can meet, the places you can go. You know, the financial freedom that you'll have. But what's our issue? And notice how I say our issue. What's our problem? Because you don't want to make it seem like I'm this big guy and you guys are, you never want to talk down to them, you never want to offend them. You say, what's our issue? Our issue is pretty much that we're all following the same game plan. How do I know? Because I'm doing it myself too, guys. Keep relating to them. You know, I'm doing it myself too, guys. What's our game plan? We're born, we have fun until we're in the 6th, 7th, 8th grade. They wipe the fun out of us. They say, go to high school, get good grades, go to college, get good grades, go intern, make your piece of paper look better than their piece of paper. You know, and then you go out and beg someone for a job. But what's the problem again? It's 2013. 45% of you are going to get a job. 55% of you won't. You know, that's just the bottom line on that. And you're really going to have to realize that you're responsible for your own happiness. You know, our parents are telling us, go to high school, get good grades, go to college, get good grades. But job security was better for them back then than it was today. You know, 85% of college students, they're going home and living with their parents. 85%. All right. So it's like USA Today, probably one of the most visited websites on the planet comes out with a poll and says 77% of Americans hate their jobs, not dislike, but hates their jobs. All right, and think about it. There's going to be something that you hate about your job. Why aren't we thinking about it now? Because we're young, we're in college. All we're thinking about doing is smoking weed and partying and doing all this stuff. When 2 years down the road, it's all going to end, and then we have to follow that 50-year game plan, waking up doing 9 to 5 every single day. Doesn't it sound better to wake up when you're done sleeping? Yeah, that sounds a lot more fun. But what's our issue? What's our issue? That we all are we're all following each other. We're all doing the same game plan. Like I said, there's going to be something you hate about your job, whether it's you don't like your boss, whether it's like you don't like the people that you work with, you don't like your lack of vacation, you don't like the hours you work. There's going to be something that you don't like about your job. So if you go to sleep broke, you're going to wake up broke. You have to do something different if you want something different. Now, usually I'm a lot more passionate than this, but I'm saying this like this so you guys can know what to say. You see how I'm creating the problem? I'm not talking about Vima or Verve or anything. When I open up and speak, I really don't go off into Vima and just verbally vomit on the prospects. You really have to get at their level. Stop. Don't think that you're up here. Bring yourself down here. You really have to get on their level and be able to speak and relate to them. So I keep saying we. What's our problem? That's the thing. You don't want to verbally vomit on people. So I like to relate to them again. I'll say something like, what's another issue that we have? We listen to our broke friends when we should be listening to people that have what we want. You bring your friends to a Vima meeting like this, and they tell you it's a pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, it doesn't work. I guarantee you that friend's working for on campus or off campus for $8, $9, $10 an hour. With all due respect, is their opinion even valid to you? Obviously not, because they don't know how to make money. But here's my upline, and I'll edify the upline. Usually it'll be like Maggie or Zach Boxer or someone. She has what you want. So you want to learn how to play basketball, you learn from Michael Jordan, Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant. You want to learn how to play golf, you learn from Tiger Woods. You want to learn how to make money, you learn from people making money. So you just keep relating to them. Get on their level, After you've created the problem and you've commanded everyone's attention, number 2 is going to be create the solution. I was introduced to Vima. I love the opportunity. I saw the teamwork behind it. I see where this is going, and I didn't want to be left behind. You create the solution. Number 3 is the credibility. You guys want some credibility. This is Dr. Oz said that this is the healthiest drink you can put in your body. A handful of almonds and a can of Verve is the healthiest thing you can put in your body. Who does Dr. Oz work for? Oprah Winfrey. Oprah is just not on a national level. I don't know if you guys have heard of her, but she's sort of international. She's known in Europe. She's known in South America. She's known in Africa. So I don't think Oprah would advertise or endorse a product that could potentially harm the public. Nevertheless, have it on her show, guys. Really start thinking about that. And professional athletes who watch every little thing they put in their body endorse this. I mean, think about it. You have, this is the official drink of the Charlotte Bobcats, the Phoenix Suns. Who owns the Charlotte Bobcats? Michael Jordan, guys. So you have professional athletes that watch what they put in their bodies for a living endorsing this drink. Not to mention, Sean Merriman of the Buffalo Bills makes $250,000 a year in this company. He's star platinum. So, guys, that's all the credibility. That's the support behind it. And I like to think that Dr. Oz might know a little more about what's healthier for me than I do. It's Dr. Oz, probably one of the most famous doctors on the planet. So there's credibility. You crush that argument. When you show people that you're educated and you know what they're talking about, they're not going to go against you, or they're going to be afraid to go against you. But if you go up there and present and you haven't done your homework, you haven't educated yourself, people are going to challenge you. People are going to challenge what you say. They're going to call you out, or they're going to, even worse, they're going to doze off. They're going to be texting. You really have to first create the problem, create the solution, relate to them and all that stuff. 3, credibility. 4, facts. Tell them where Vima's going, Tell them last year the company did 117 million sales. The year before, 80 million sales. That's a 30% increase, meaning this company is growing. It's projected to do 250 million this year. Over the next 5 years or whatever, it's projected to do 40 billion in sales. And guess what? The company is making 40 billion. Half of that gets paid out to people like us. $20 billion. So it's like, really, you start throwing the facts at them. And another fact that I like to throw at them, Anthony Powell, who was deeply rooted in Herbalife, making $300,000 a month, stopped what he was doing because he saw the direction this was going in. And the last thing I like to do is close with urgency. Urgency is number 5. You want to let people know that if they don't make this decision to get on now, they will regret it. We have a guy on my team, Jason. He got introduced to this opportunity about 2 years ago from Alex Morton's cousin, guys. He said no to the opportunity. Alex Morton makes around $3 million a year now. If Jason had probably said yes 2 years ago, he could potentially be a millionaire. So you tell people urgency. If you don't do this now, you're going to see this 5-10 years from now. And it's sort of like a desert. People that get to the water first drink the most. All right. So the same opportunity, yes, you'll have the opportunity to make money in this 5-10 years down the road, maybe, but the opportunity will never be like this today. It will never be in your face like this today. Take advantage. If every opportunity was too good to be true, you would never have any real opportunities. So with that, we stress the urgency. We stress you will see this again, and do not. What I always tell people is, I'm going to be successful regardless of whether you join or not. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to sell you the drinks. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do this with or without you. The only cool thing about it is, if we do this with you, we make more money. If I do this without you, I'm still going to make more money. So it's a win-win for me. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to give you this opportunity to help you. And that really clicks with people, like, all right, well, he's going to do this regardless of whether I join or not, but I see the pace he's moving at. I see how fast the team is growing. I don't want to be left out. And boom. That's pretty much it. The urgency, guys. So that's how we really throw down meetings this way. So 1, create the problem. And if you can't memorize all the facts and everything, memorize the steps first, and then memorize each part one by one. So what you're going to do is do your intro and introduce yourself. 1, create the problem, create the solution, credibility, facts, and urgency. And after that, break off into groups and really talk to people, get to know people. We're trying to give people these opportunities to help people. We're trying to help people. That's the end goal in this. We all want to help people. We all want to make money together with our teams. So with that, guys, I'm signing off. I know this was a little long video, but Brandon Thompson, I'll see you.